What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is Doug Dagnabbit from ModernWarzone.com, and in today's video we're going to be going over the best NVIDIA filter settings for the new 1984 Verdansk map that was just introduced after the Nuke Live event. We're going to try to explain it the best we can. This is all up to preference, so when we say best, we mean the best in our opinion, and we also wanted to let you know that other creators have their own NVIDIA filter guides out there, so be sure to check them out, such as JGod. And one more thing before we get into the video, we wanted to let you know that our G Fuel code DAGNABBIT is 30% off. We were actually lucky enough to be able to take over their Twitch channel for the Nuke event, and it was an absolute blast. Ha ha ha. But we're going to get straight into the video. We're going to start off with our graphics settings, and then we're going to move over into the NVIDIA filters themselves, show you what they look like on, show you what they look like off, and show you the settings that we chose to use. And one thing we forgot to include in this video, this was pre-recorded, is that DLSS increases your frame rate. It was added with Season 3, but a lot of people are reporting on our tweets that it actually makes the game look more hazy, so we didn't have a chance to test that out ourselves. We may make another video following this one up to see what it looks like with DLSS off and DLSS on with these settings. And one more thing to note is that these settings will cost you between 5 and 25 frames per second depending on your graphics card. One more thing, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. We are making our way to 10,000 subs, and our goal is 100,000 by the end of this year. So thank you for your support. I hope you enjoy the video. Yeah, let's take a second and let's look at my graphics settings. So everybody would probably think that I have all of my graphics turned way up. Oh, he's a streamer, he makes content, this is his job. Not the case. Okay. Here are my graphics settings. We always run it full screen. You should always run full screen. Display monitor. I use a GeForce RTX 2070 Super, so I'm not on the 3000 series cards. Screen refresh rate's at 144 for my monitors. Render resolution's at 100, 1920 by 1080. That's what I run. I don't have a 1440p monitor. Aspect ratio is automatic. Sync every frame is disabled. Custom frame rate limit is important to help your computer not explode. I can't look at the advanced because I'm getting too many friend requests. Okay. My gameplay custom frame rate limit is at 144. I don't need any higher than that. It's not going to help me. Menu custom frame rate 60. Autofocus custom frame rate is at 30. NVIDIA highlights are disabled. They actually caused me a fair bit of problems when I had them enabled. NVIDIA reflex low latency is on enabled plus boost. I found that has helped my FPS quite a bit. Display gamma is on 2.2 sRGB. Streaming quality is normal. Texture resolution, you'd probably think I have them on high. No, they're on normal. Texture filter aniscopic, normal. Particle quality, low. Bullets, impacts, and sprays are on. You could save some FPS by turning this off if you wanted to, but I like to see if somebody shoots me and it lands at a wall behind me, I'd like to see where the bullet was coming from. Tessellation is disabled. Shadow map resolution is on low. This will absolutely kill your frames if you have it on high. Caches are all turned off. Ray tracing is turned off. Particle lighting is on normal. You could put this on low if you want. Screen space reflection is disabled. Pretty much all this stuff is disabled. Filament strength is on 0, and I have my NVIDIA DLSS, which was just added with Season 3, on balanced. If we put it on quality, our image would probably look just a tad bit better, but it really hurts my frames by about 20 or so. So I've been keeping it on balanced. We can take a look in a second. Depth of field is disabled. When you have DLSS on, anti-aliasing is locked. World motion blur disabled. You should have all of these disabled. Film grain on 0. Dynamic resolution disabled. And don't mess with any of that other stuff. And those are all of my graphics settings if you want your game to look exactly like mine. The difference between no filters and what I have. Massive. I mean, look at that. But I mean, this is the difference between on and off. On, off. On, off. Okay. Well, this is our finalized one then. This is exactly how mine are going to be, okay? So the first filter in the top order of mine is going to be sharpen. You're going to want to have sharpen on 70%, ignore film grain on 0. This just makes edges and all of that type of stuff like stick out farther. So to give you an example, it makes edges and people that are hiding in the dark easier to see. So if I turn it all the way down, things kind of look a bit blurred out. If I turn it all the way up, everything is super clearly defined. So right about 70 is right around where I want it, or else you'll start seeing some weird stuff. Color. So for the color, we have tint colors at 35%, tint intensity is at 30%, temperatures at 14.6, and vibrance is all the way up to 100. Now, out of all of these, they all kind of work together, but I would say that the most important one that you want to focus on is this vibrance. Because let's just take a look what happens when vibrance negative 100 makes it black and white. Vibrance on 0.5 makes it look all washed and blendy together. But vibrance on 100, that's just gorgeous. I used to have it on 70, but putting it on 100 is 100% the move. And now we go to our last one, which may be the most important, details. I have sharpen here at 50%. I mean, I could put that up again, but I think we'll leave that one right at about 50 because we already have sharpen going on with the other one. And then we have clarity. So let's see what clarity does. Clarity makes everything not have defined lines. So I put that up to 100 every time. While you don't have to, I like to have clearly defined edges because I cannot see at all. HDR toning, this just adds a little bit of effects to the world. It also can make things look super washed out if you overdo it, so don't overdo it. You want it at about 15% is the highest I would go with it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave mine right at 10 or 11. Bloom, you want this all the way at 0 because it just makes everything look super washed out. And that's it. Those are the only filters I use. Keep in mind that filters are going to lower your FPS a little bit, and you can only do this if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. AMD's graphics cards have their own set of ways that you can accomplish these things. But these are my filters. This is how I like my game to look. I just changed these with the new season, so they should be nice and up to date. I have a bunch of people here hanging out with me, you know. So let's exit out of it. Let's hit done. Okay. And now let's go look at the game. So we're running right around 90 frames while I'm recording and while we have filters on a one PC setup. I mean, everything looks amazing to me. I can clearly see everything and everyone clearly defined. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We did all this live on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/ModernWarzone live. So if you guys want to follow us over there, we're on our way to 20K. We just applied for Twitch Partner for the 4th time, and we try to stream at least 4 times a week. So I appreciate you watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Let me know in the likes and comments section how you feel about our NVIDIA settings and what we could do to possibly improve them. But thank you for tuning in. We'll come back at you with some more stuff. Our next video should be about all of the new secret locations inside of Warzone. So y'all have a good one. Modern Warzone is going dark.